Hi guys, it's Mike at youarethepath.com. Thought I'd post a video response to this social anxiety and being an introvert. So here are some of my thoughts on that. And what's coming up for me is that really this is about self-judgment. You're in a social situation and then you're having judgmental thoughts about yourself. I'm not saying anything. I don't want to be here. People might be thinking, why isn't he saying anything? And then you're having a feeling of shutting down, and you may kind of feel like you want to break out and you want to express yourself, and you do have things that you want to say, but there's this feeling of shutting down. So, and this is through judging yourself and these judgmental thoughts. So, this feeling of being uncomfortable in social situations, it's like a program in your brain, and when you're put into that situation, the program gets double clicked, and now you're playing out that drama of me, the introvert, me, the guy who's always quiet. So it's not the situation itself. The program already existed within you before you even put yourself in that situation. Don't get in the habit of being in conversation with people and saying, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, because you know what you think you are. You know, your thoughts create your reality, and the thoughts you have about yourself creates your future behavior. So don't label yourself an introvert. I'm not saying that you should lie. You know, you could say something like, I'm becoming better at becoming comfortable expressing myself. I'm becoming better at being in a group, and I put myself in those situations for me to be able to overcome that. So it's actually seeking out those situations rather than avoiding them, because when you avoid social situations, you're reinforcing that behavior. What happens when you avoid a situation is you get a feeling of relief. It's like a feeling of, I don't have to deal with that now. I don't have to meet up with them people now. And it's a feeling of relief which reinforces that pattern of avoiding it. But the button is still there. If you avoid it, the button is still there, and as soon as you're in that situation, you're forced into a social situation, the button's going to get triggered. So if you want to evolve so that that trigger isn't there, you got to seek out those situations. Put yourself in positions where you feel uncomfortable. Now, I suggested on one of the comments I left that you actually call out what it is you're experiencing. So this can help, because if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not saying anything, what are they thinking about me not saying anything? They might be just thinking, oh, what's up with this guy? He just stands there and he doesn't do anything. It's like an elephant in the room that no one wants to look at. So it's like no one wants to acknowledge that there's this elephant there. So call it out. You may think of something to say to somebody. Before you say it, say, I was really self-conscious there that I wasn't saying anything. Hey Andy, how did you get on with that thing you told me about last week? So it's like you've called it out, and people will be trying to process that, but you've already asked the question. So these are just little things you can do to become comfortable with who you are. You know, you are okay how you are. A few things that can help is what I would suggest. A few things that you can do: breathing exercises, yoga. Yoga's all ar- Yoga is all about opening up, opening up your body, your posture, and that's going to feel uncomfortable to open up your posture. If you're used to closing down and making yourself small, then all of a sudden opening yourself up in social situations will feel a bit, you may feel a bit vulnerable, but you will become used to it, and it's a lot better feeling to be open and expressive and be who you are. So yoga, martial arts, these are all great disciplines that you can do to master yourself. And it's really mastery over your thoughts. These are judgmental thoughts. If you can become the observer of the thought, I'll give you an example. You're in a social situation, judgmental thoughts are going on in your head, but you just remain present. You may think to yourself, there's those judgmental thoughts about myself again. Hmm, that's interesting. Just watch the thoughts, and then you don't get tied into this drama of me and I'm an introvert and I'm no good in these situations and no one understands me, and why aren't people making effort? Why aren't people making an effort with me? I need to get out of here. I just want to be by myself. I want to be at home. It gets yourself out of that whole program that when you double click it, this voice starts in your head, and you're not you're not even in the room when that's going on. You're somewhere else. So pay attention to what's going on within you. Pay attention to what is going on in the conversation in the room, what people are talking about. You may not even be interested in what is being said, but pay attention, stay in the moment, be aware. Contact me for a free EFT session. We can tap on the feeling of being trapped, if it's a feeling of being trapped, a feeling of not being able to express yourself, a feeling of closing in. Contact me for EFT or a free life coaching session. Let's do this, let's do the work, let's evolve, let's fall in love with ourselves. You may not be used to that kind of language. It can seem a little cliche, but this is a process of loving yourself, being comfortable with yourself, forgiving yourself, evolving, and taking on the next challenge. Now, I was going to say something there, but I'm going to leave that for another video. Talked enough on this one. So hope that helps, guys. See you on the next video.